and again that side off stump. Got a bit closer to that this time, but no run taken. We've reached the end of the 13th over at 57 for 1. Bangladesh put into bat by England here at the Oval this morning in this inaugural ICC Champions Trophy match for 2017. Remember, 2 groups, 4 apiece. Australia and New Zealand, the other 2 teams in this group. And England will play New Zealand next on Tuesday in Cardiff. You'll hear that game, as indeed all the games, are live across our network on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. Stokes to start the 14th over. Bowling from the pavilion end to Tamim Iqbal, who just lets the ball run off the face of the bat outside off stump. Down to Plunkett fielding at third man. Comfortable single taken. 58 for 1. So Stokes, as you mentioned, Alex Tudor, somewhat erratic at times, but he's a wicket-taking bowler.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people sort of jump on him a little bit, saying, oh, he leaks runs, but I always throw back at him, but he takes wickets, and that's what his job is to do, especially as the all-rounder. He's that type of bowler that won't let a game drift. He will always try something, and in doing that, sometimes you stray in line and length, and, you know, there's good players out there, and they'll punish you.
Stokes in again as Imrul waits. Outside off stump and edged well away from Jos Buttler, and through to the boundary for 4 more. Kayas off the mark with a boundary, and that was no chance for Jos Buttler to get anywhere near that.
See, both Ramis and I were very, you know, applauding Owen Morgan in his approach in the last over. Kayas hasn't got off the strike. He's got no slip. Why is that? You know, why will you not have a... that surprised me, why he wouldn't have a slip to the new batsman, especially knowing how Ben Stokes is. He's that wicket taker. You know, that's food and drink for Joe Root there at first slip if he's standing there.
And especially the way he shaped up to Plunkett, play and miss a couple of times around his off-stump line.
Why is that? You know, why are you not...
So Kaya's off the mark with a boundary, 62 for 1. Bangladesh, and now belatedly
Ben Stokes is, he's that wicket.
Joe Root is reintroduced as first slip. Door, horse, bolted, etc.
Food and drink
Stokes
for
up
Joe
to the
Root
wicket to bowl to Imrul Kayas, and this is clipped away off his legs, leg side, 4 more, 2 or 3 bounces through to the rope. Kayas has got a taste for it today for Bangladesh, 66 for 1. Off the mark with
I mean, you're wasting your time by bowling on the pads to a subcontinent player, because they're brought up on playing such shots. Very, very good with his wrists this time, the left-hander, and an easy soft ball really to handle. He's been troubled by that off-stump line, and suddenly you give him such an easy ball to hit on the pads.
Moeen's moved out to that position square on the leg side as Stokes comes into bowling, and again strained down leg side a little. Kayas can just poke it out on the square. Leg side for Moeen to come in from the boundary field. Single taken, 67 for 1. That's the 10th 4 of the innings that Kayas hit there. He moves on to 9. Tamim is now on strike. The couple to come in this 14th over on TalkSport. Again. Tamim's on 28. Can just poke it out on the square. Stokes has reached the top of his mark. 7 for 1. Commences his run-up. Coming in from the pavilion end. Bowls to Tamim, who tries to sweep it off the square. And again, as with a couple of earlier shots, just got it on the splice of the bat and didn't get it off the square. No run.
Yeah, he's just sort of straying in line and length at the moment, Stokes, but that's to be expected. He's, you know, especially in the games against South Africa, he wasn't able, you know, to bowl his allotted 10 overs, so he's going to be striving to get into sort of some sort of rhythm, you know. So, you know, I expect this sort of bowling at the moment from him, but he'll need to settle very quickly.
Stokes, last ball of the 14th over, up to the wicket, bowls outside off stump, and once again it's run off the face of the bat by Tamim, down to third man for a single to Liam Plunkett. We have reached the end of the 14th over with Bangladesh at 68 for 1. We'll have a few words from Alex Tudor and or Ramiz Raja, and then to pick up commentary on TalkSport, Mark Saggers.
Yeah, so you know, Bangladesh, they'll be happy with this start, you know, 68 for 1 after 14 overs have been bowled, and yeah, as I said, there's not too many demons in this wicket. It's a very good oval wicket as it normally is, and you know, the England bowlers, they've tried to be aggressive with their lengths, try to go a little bit short, and it's unsettled them at the beginning, but they've just settled in now. They're in, and as you say, Kays is now, he's sort of moved on to 9. Tamim is on 29 and looking good, and we all know how dangerous he can be. I think he has 8 ODI hundreds to his name so far, and he's a very dangerous, a very good and effective player for Bangladesh.
Sun's just gone in at the moment. Good morning to you, Alex, and good morning to you, Ramiz, as well.
Morning.
Plunkett's on his way from the Vauxhall end and bowls shorter and just goes up. He's going for a quick run, and Morgan's in quickly, but he misfields it. And they're 3 for 1. Done too much of that just recently, so another single. Tamim onto 30, and Bangladesh 69 for 1 in the 15th over. Nearly a full house now, still a few spare seats. Real buzz of expectancy, and there was just a little bit more of a spring in the England fielders' steps after they'd managed to get rid of Soumya, because at one point that Moeen Ali drop looked as if it was going to be very dangerous indeed. Plunkett on his mark, runs upright away from us now, past the umpire, round the wicket, bowls, and again it's across him. It's flicked upwardly, just backward of square. There'll be 1, they won't come back for the second, and another to the total, and 70 for 1 in the 15th over. Ramiz, it's quite interesting the way they looked a little nervy and edgy to start with, the Bangladesh openers, but then they really quickly got into it, and having sort of played a lot off the back foot, were able to get onto that front foot as well and drive, and Samuel will be annoyed he's got himself out.
Yeah, they look good, and they were all over the place in the practice game.
Round the wicket, Plunkett bowls, driven straight on the onside, lovely shot, that'll go all the way to the boundary. No reason for Moeen Ali to even think about running after that. And 4 more, and the Bangladesh flag is waved around this oval ground as Bangladesh move on to 74 for 1 in the 15th over here on Talk Sport. Just a little worrying as well for England, though it certainly was with the openers together, and now at the moment the projection, if they stay at a current rate, is 255. That's probably not enough for an England side that bats down to 11. We'll wait. There's once more Plunkett on his way round the wicket. This time it's wide, and this time it slashes gone where about a 4th slip would have been, but it races away towards the pavilion boundary, and 4 more. And drivers in the hospitality boxes away next to the pavilion there with the fireworks or the flames that are going above you. A bit hot in those corporate boxes today. I know you like your corporate box, Alex. You only get into the corporate ticket here these days, don't you? Not enough. It's a little worrying for England. That's once more.
Yeah, just straining line and length. I think they just sort of go in too aggressive. I think they just have to go with consolidation, just try and dry them up, get some dot ball, and try and create pressure that way. Wicket's too good.
Tamim waits once more. Plunkett round the wicket, bowls, and again he slashes outside the off stump. This time it goes through the butler, and there is no run. Didn't get a picture of that one, but wicket's such a good one, of course. You can absolutely take it and really go through with your shots. There's no thought of having to worry about that. You've played on so many wickets here like this as well. You've just got to really look at the patient, having length and line, change it every now and again.
Yeah, there's all different ways as a bowler to try and be aggressive. Yes, you be aggressive sometimes with your line and length, but sometimes you just have to be aggressive with bowling a consistent
such a good one, of course.
Plunkett
round the wicket, bowls, and again this time he beats him. That's a good delivery as well. Tamim plays it, goes through the button, and there is no run. 78 for 1 at the end of the 15th over, and here's Ramiz Raja.
Yeah, Tamim is looking good, and there's more to follow from Bangladesh in the shape of Shakib Hasan, who's a very fine one-day cricketer. Then there is Mushfiqur, who's pocket-sized dynamite because he gets things done. Rotation of strike and hits a big shot as well, understands one-day batting. And if Bangladesh can progress with a good little partnership here, I think they'll trouble England on a good batting strip.
78 for 1 at the 15th though. Kayas is going to face good Stokes from the pavilion end round the wicket. Just got the slip from comes in, bowls, and again on the onside, but it's beautifully tucked through mid-wicket. They've gone for 1, they'll easily get back for a second.
Rotation of strike.
Once more where he wants a bowl to this young man. They've really given him an opportunity to race away to a quick start over a run of ball at the moment with 12 to him. Tamim non-strikers end of 38. Stokes with a little bit of worse to do. To be fair, it's a wide outside the off stump that the wicket that Stokes got, but he does tend to take wickets down again with not particularly good deliveries. He's on his way once more then from the pavilion end, just the single slip in place. Bowls. This time played just with a thickish edge on the outside. It keeps it on the ground. It's just forward the square, and there is no ruck.
Just going back to that wicket mark of Stokes, might be doing him a little bit of a disservice, but it looked to me like he was rolling. He rolled his fingers over it and dug it in. It's like this slower bouncer that they've tried. Yes, it gave him width, but obviously because it was slower in pace, the batsman played it in front of square, and obviously it was well caught by Jonny Bairstow, who's got a great pair of hands. He's a great fielder, even when he hasn't got the gloves on.
Woakes sees off after just bowling 2 overs today. Round the wicket once more. This time Stokes hits again on the leg stump, and this is just neatly played slow along the ground.
It gave him width,
to come from just
but
in front of square
obviously
field.
because it was slower in pace in front of square, and obviously it was well caught by Jonny Bairstow. Great pair of hands.
16th over, listening to Talk Sport. It's our coverage on Woakes goes off on every single day here. Once more. This time Stokes hits again on the way through, and delighted to bring it to you. Live on TalkSport in the UK and around the world exclusively on Channel 2 Cricket Radio, of course. Sun's just gone in. Stokes on his way from the pavilion end, bowls, and up on his feet again. Tamim, just a single down in front. Of course, what they've done so well here now, we've ended the first power play, and looking around the field, as you'd expect really, with Bairstow on as the substitute fielder, prowling just in front of square, sweeping on the offside. There's a mid-off, there's extra cover, and point just behind square, just silver on slip, and then a long leg really, and Moeen Ali just in front of square, and channel mid off. Cricket on in. Stokes on his way from the pavilion end, bowls, moves in round the wicket, on his way once more. Bowls, and outside the what they've done so well, played at again by Kayet, and looking around the field, as you get extra pace there, just wafted his bat at that one just a little bit, still just not completely sure. I think there's the opportunity here once more, Alex, for Ben Stokes if he just switches it back.
Yeah, I think that's the place that he needs to focus on against Kayes. He just needs to get outside that off stump, sort of full fifth stump. He doesn't want to stray on the pads, as Remy says. Subcontinent players, you do not want to bowl straight to them because they will punish you all day long. So I think that's the line he needs to just go with and attack.
Just a little bit, still just of anticipation, still round the over. Stokes on his way round the wicket and bowls to Kayet, who once more defensively gets up on his toes and plays it back down the pitch. The bowler himself fields. End of the over.
Yeah, I think that's the place that he needs.
Well, it's been a good start here for Bangladesh, no doubt about that. They've consolidated well, taking a little time to score their runs, but they've reached 82 for 1 from 16 overs. Tamim is 39, Kayet is 13. Up on his toes and plays it back down the pitch. We've just got a drinks break.
The entire British and Irish Lions team.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Stokes has got length again, and he's got it! 6 runs! He moves to 97!
Towards extra cover, good catch! Owen Morgan, right on the edge of the ring.
It was done a full toss, straight back over his head from Jason Roy. Well, there it is! Chris Woakes has demolished off and middle stump.
The ICC Champions Trophy 2017. The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Owen Morgan, right on the edge of the
Toss, straight back over his head from Jason Roy. Well, there it is! Chris demolished off and middle stump.
The ICC Champions Trophy. The ICC Champions Trophy 2017.
Yeah, I was just sort of alluding to earlier, Mark, when I was talking about bowlers being aggressive. Yes, we were always going to be that way and try and do them with a little bit of short pitch bowling. As we said earlier, they played a warm-up game there against India and got bounced out for, I think it was 84. So England was always going to take that ploy against them. But this wicket looks good here, Mark. And I just think sometimes in one-day cricket, especially in 50 overs, it's about drying up the run. Sometimes it's not all about taking the wickets. Yes, the wickets help because that stops the run rate. But also just drying up, getting the fielders in the right positions, getting your bowlers to be consistent and bowling to a line and a length to a particular batsman. But at the moment we're just sort of straying in line and length, and the batsmen are easily picking it off and hitting that bad delivery when it comes, and that way they'll accumulate. And I tell you, if they have wickets in hand at the end, England could be facing a big score here.
They will go hard as well. Perhaps the England bowlers not, Rami's, making the Bangladeshi batsmen think enough at the moment. They're not having to think too much, are they?
At the moment, we're just sort of straying
Yeah,
the line
and they've been pretty relaxed at the crease also. The way they're retorting the strike now, and they've got it all wrong against Imrul Kes. I think you need to target him around that off-stump line. Simple as that. Let's see whether the ball grips for a spinner. I think that should be the next option now for England, even though they would have wanted more wickets with the new ball. That hasn't happened. So now they'll rest their case with a bit of off-spin from Moeen Ali.
I think so, and of course leaving Rashid out for the extra, ironically, the seamer, Jake Ball, and with Chris Woakes off the field, perhaps even Joe Root, would they dare have a go with him at some stage if necessary? It just depends what happens here, I think, as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they will, because as Rami's alluded to, the Bangladesh batsmen are well accomplished in facing spin bowling, so they'll look to take Moeen Ali on. If Joe Root comes on, they might have to, because obviously there's an issue with Chris Woakes, so he's not going to be able to bowl his 10 overs, so he's going to have to find overs from somewhere, and someone's going to have to put their hand up and sort of be that person to try and stunt this run flow, because as we say, this wicket is a good one. Moeen Ali on, if Joe Root comes on, they might have to, because obviously there's an issue with
he's got a backward point, it's deep gully really. Got a man, of course, on the offside boundary just in front of square. He's got a long off and a long on, deep mid-wicket, and bringing the man up to come inside the circle from backward square as well. He's going to come round the wicket to Tamim. He's 39 from 49 deliveries, 6